I want to share with you today a comparison of two of my favorite nonprofit softwares and the reasons why I found sometimes one is not enough. Hi, I'm Teresa Clark, and I'm a seasoned CPA with over 25 years of experience dedicated to serving 501c3 nonprofits. I've worked inside the organizations as a CFO, and I've worked external as an auditor of nonprofits. I bring a unique perspective to your financial journey, so I hope you'll jump on and explore my website. Learn more at teresaclark.com. All right. Well, most of the clients that I'm talking to these days are using QuickBooks. The organizations I've come from have used other tools, including my favorite, which is Blackbaud's Financial Edge. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this topic today. I want, first of all, to tell you this is not a paid or sponsored post. Have no affiliation arrangements with Blackbaud. So this is not intended to be a promotion for them. It's just my experience. And typically the question is, when do we know that we need something more than QuickBooks? And I really have three things I'd share with you. The first one is, I think it's important to always begin with the end in mind when it comes to financial reporting. What does that mean? Well, in QuickBooks, it has a basic ability to do, a statement of activities and a financial position report. Budget reports also pretty basic, but able to get some things out that will help you to see where you're at and maybe modify and bend to be cash flow planning resources. But Blackbaud's Financial Edge has tons of configurations. And I have found that the budget reporting and the management of the resources from a cash flow standpoint can be done so much more effectively with Blackbaud Financial Edge. So if you're bumping into that and you're a QuickBooks user, you might want to consider another solution. I'm just listing one today, but there are many more on the market. Another thing here under this first point is restricted fund tracking. You can check out my video library, but I have a recommended solution for how to use QuickBooks to track that. And it's really using classes. But when you do this, you have to make sure that every in and out has a class on it or the reports don't work. And it's quite frustrating because it's very easy to miss. I got some little tools I use to check out things, but it still becomes frustrating when you start to get a lot of these things going on. I love that Financial Edge from Blackbaud actually has rules where it makes sure that when you have restricted funds that you're coding every transaction so you can feel assured that your balances are correct. It also has really strong reporting balances that can show you beginning of the year, activities, ins and outs, and then ending fund balance. Really exceptional reporting, again, from that tool. Lastly, I'll mention the 990. If you need to report your expenses by function and then allocate by program or support costs, which we often think about management in general and fundraising, you might be getting to a place where having a tool to do these allocations becomes beneficial, also helpful in the reporting. Okay, so my second thing I want to talk about is if you're in a place where you have to have a financial statement audit by an independent CPA, that means that your financial records have to be presented in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. Okay, well, QuickBooks really, it struggles. It struggles with accounts payable and accrual tools. I mean, you can make it work, but it's glitchy and it's easy to miss and make a mistake. The other thing is there's not a fixed asset or depreciation solution integrated in QuickBooks. So I highly recommend if you're in that boat, you probably are definitely to a place where you need to start looking at other solutions. All right, grants allocation is number 3. And I want to talk about the fact, this is probably honestly one of the most common ones I run into, is that the nonprofit has multiple grants and they need to allocate expenses, including maybe salaries, across multiple programs, multiple grants, or multiple restricted funds, depending on how they've got their stuff set up. It's going to result in a lot of manual entries and a ton of month-end and year-end work. It's at that point that I really have seen most common reason is this one right here, a recommendation to say, you're at the place where you need to move over to a tool. Again, the one I've got experience with is Blackbaud's Financial Edge. And you're going to ask to say, let's spend a little bit more money on our software, but it's going to save more than that in staff time and accuracy and then the speed at which you can get these things done. So there you go. There's my high level review of when you might think QuickBooks is not enough and might want to look at some other solutions. I hope you found this information valuable and insightful. If you're hungry for more, subscribe here where you're watching, or you can check out my free resources on my website, teresaclark.com. If you have any questions, need clarifications, or just need to talk to somebody about your specific situation, feel free to book a strategic consult on my website. Be happy to talk with you. I'm wishing you great success and impact in your nonprofit endeavors. Until next time, see you later.